Hello everyone, my name is NewFlowerGirl, but you can call me Demi, and welcome back to another video. Today it is the final part of the holiday vlog, where I'm just going to show you guys some pictures. So we're going to start off with this picture. This was on the first day when we went walking with Nusha. I have a lot of Nusha pictures, by the way, but don't matter, she's my dog, okay? She's my baby. Yeah. Let's go. So I try to go for a lot of flower pictures, a lot of nature pictures. Like, apparently that's what I'm okay at. Just pictures of flowers and nature. Yeah, this is beautiful. Yeah, or chiming. Yeah, we had these purple flowers. I noticed that on my big monitor they're less. Yeah, it's much better looking on my second monitor where my camera is at. But yeah, I'm just gonna look at that one then. So yeah, some beautiful pink flowers. Stop saying camera's on. I know it's on. Yeah, this was actually close to our house. It's like a butterfly plant. Like lots of butterflies come to it. You can find these in the wild in the Netherlands and probably also in a lot of other places. I believe also in France. I should know because I've been to France 3 consecutive summers. Yeah, and we had one where like hummingbird butterflies came too. And they're now apparently too in the Netherlands. It's awesome. I tried here to get sunlight through the leaves, but unfortunately. I do like pictures where it's like taken from behind a tree, in this case, where you can actually see like an open spot like this, where the sun comes through. Some balls have been here. Once again, trying to. I do like it though, this one. This one's my favorite because you can actually see the sun a little bit. But yeah, my camera automatically determines light level, which kind of sucks. I wish I could change it myself, but I don't want to mess with my camera too much. Peter Parker's been busy. Yeah. Just what's basically going for is this part right here, I think. Or this is just one of those perfect pictures where a T-Rex can come up right here or something, or a velociraptor. I do have a couple more pictures of that where it's like possible for a velociraptor to poke their head around the corner. I could ask AI to do that. Maybe we should do that in a future episode, like gather some pictures that I've taken and then using AI to edit T-Rexes and other dinosaurs into it. Maybe I should do that one day. Once again, very dark. Because tried the sun thing. Nusha seed? Nusha saw something. Yeah, when she hears or sees or sniffs, smells something, she's like, oh, pay attention. So yeah. I was also playing with close-up, distance stuff. So yeah. And I had a small lens. Wait, let me actually get my camera. 1 second. It's not that far. Just buried. I need a lot of shit. So yeah, my camera is secondhand, but like it still works marvelous. So I have 2 lenses, alright? One of them is borrowed from my dad, which is this one. It's a 55-300 lens. And then on my current camera, I have an 18-55, which is a lot smaller in comparison. Yeah. For the first few pictures, basically until after Nusha starts digging, that's when I have the bigger lens. All right. I basically had that lens for the majority of the holiday. But yeah, with the smaller lens you can actually make shots like this really easily. All you have to do is just stand super close to it. Some footprints. I believe this one was from a deer. You can see the 2 lines here. And 2 over here as well. Yep. A deer. Or a boar. Could be either or. Yeah, I was playing around with it. Okay, so this one is just standing up straight, you know, like portrait, with the phone, like portrait, not like so, portrait. Yep, you can actually see my mum on the left. Yeah, my dad's walking on the right with Nusha, and we're walking towards the place where we saw the red deer, and also the European fallow deers. Deer. Yeah. This is the part where we saw it. It was like hidden right here. Right behind the trees. So I was walking behind my dad with this. It was day 1 still. And all of a sudden, my dad was like, look, look, look. And I saw just tree walking away. Best way to describe it. I just saw 2 branches walking away. Or sprinting away. And it was pretty tall. Like, imagine a horse. Okay? A Welsh. A Welsh horse. Am I saying that right? Wales horse. Let me look it up real quick. Horse. Welsh pony. Sure. Roughly about that size, I would say it was. Or maybe it was even the size of a fjord. But I was at a distance, so I wouldn't know. So yeah. Look at Nusha being all majestic here. But yeah, that was one of the most magical moments that I had here. Just seeing a red deer, and since that day I had been obsessed with getting one on photograph. And in the end we did. My dad's sister, my aunt, she identified it as a red deer, and I'm super happy about it because I wanted it, and I was disappointed when we went home. I was saying like, oh, I didn't get it on camera, I'm sad. And then my aunt and uncle came to visit, and they were like, you know, that's a red deer. And then I was happy again. Yeah. Nusha loved this holiday though. She loved walking through nature. And it was just this open area, this field, where that was like in a valley-ish. Like we were up on a hill, and we could look down and see that. On the final day that me and my boyfriend were there with our cameras, we did actually see some animals back there. We did photograph it. I do love foxgloves. They're one of my favorite wildflowers, especially the pink ones. They're so vibrant. I have a lot of them on photo. Like here. They're so beautiful, but poisonous. A little wild trail where wild animals have gone. At a close up, you can actually see there some hairs, like right here. Can you see them? Maybe if you zoom in, because on Android and I believe also Apple devices, you can zoom in. A little bug. Beetle. And there was water there. Because it had rained the last few days. So yeah, this is where we went back to when we had our wildlife cameras. Yeah. Look at that. And some boar had stuck his head in, or snout into the ground. This is, now look at it, this is somewhat like diorama type thing. It does look like it. If you don't see it, don't worry, it is actual nature, it's actual a tree uprooted. Look at her being so happy. Oh, she's tired. She was really, really tired. This is her I'm paying attention face. Ears perked up and snout up in the air. She was really paying attention. And all the green. Just 2 not green leaves. And this is Nusha's standard holiday activity. Digging. 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 She's having so much fun just digging up places. We went back several times and that hole was still there. And we also every year try to do something for the birds and possible squirrels that are around the area. So we built an assault course for them. It was fun. We kept adding things on, changing things around, and all the birds, they did some oral or vocal advertising for us. Like one would come by, get some food, and we would hear them like tweet off to the other guys, to the other birds, and they come back, and then that started again. So yeah, in the end we had a lot of birds. This is one of these. This is one part. That thing, yeah, this thing. At one point it was completely empty because of one squirrel, and I wasn't even there. But yeah, we have a lot of these guys, a lot, and a lot of Nusha. Can't help myself. There's Grandma. She was also there. And Nusha was giving me a side eye. No, she was actually turning midway. She's cute. She has the best sitting pose. And why is she sticking out her tongue? Look at her. Isn't she cute? Anyway, back in the forest. Nope, not. We're back with Nusha. This was just the trees around the area. And then we have Nusha. I think now we're going on a walk again. Yes. This time I did have the other lens that I showed you. We have a woodpecker. This was when me and my dad and my boyfriend went to hang up the first wildlife camera the first time. So yeah, we saw a woodpecker making a hole, in, making a home in a hollowed out tree. I think he saw us. Look at that. It was. I'm not sure if it had rained. It must have. It must have rained. Because yeah. Anyway, that was the camera. Was pointed directly at a puddle, which was cool. And then we were on a road. Oh no, wait. Bird. And yeah, you have the white ones as well of the foxglove. We did a different route than we did last time. We went a little further. And we came across this area, which was pretty cool. Christmas came early. We went Christmas shopping for Christmas trees. No, we didn't. Nusha would tear down those trees if we had one in our house. She would basically, while we're putting it, but while we are decorating it, she would completely knock it over with her ball. Yeah, another set of foxgloves. And there was a bird, again. It was like a random bird sitting there in the field. Yeah, at first I didn't see it. I was like, what are you guys looking at? And then they were like, then they showed, my dad showed me, and I was like, oh, he's there. That's what you're looking at. Yeah, there were a lot of foxgloves. Let me tell you, a lot. I'm just looking at these pictures, like maybe on some of them you could see like a little ball or something popping up behind. Because on the camera you have like a tiny little screen you look at. But then when you go and look at it on the TV, the size that we have downstairs, then you're like, oh, look at all the detail. Look at that. Especially if you're standing too close to it. And that's beautiful. That's beautiful. And more foxgloves. This one isn't this one hasn't fully ballooned yet. Oh, you can see a little water drop here. Oh, that's beautiful. Picture of the month. And some moss. We love some moss. Especially my grandma, she loves moss. It was not a bird. This was a robin. A robin. I have another fun story about a robin. No, this is not a robin, this is a finch. I believe. This is not a robin. Robin doesn't have red and black. Doesn't have white and black on its wings. This is a finch. Yeah, the robin story. On holiday in France, 2019, we constantly got a robin coming to say hello. And it must have been one raised by humans, because if you know robins, you know they do not let you get close. Like, they will fly away if you're like 10 meters away from them. But this robin was 10 millimeters from my toes. Yeah, he loved us. Probably because we always had food. Anyway, more birds. Another woodpecker. This one was closer to the ground. Way closer. I also tried this. Won't it cool? It does, actually. And that is a robin. You can see. And that one, I don't know. This one's pretty cool. Some more moss. And another one of Nusha's favorite activities. Digging a hole, putting the ball in, and closing it with the nose. And then digging it up again. I now realize that I have perfectly captured this activity. She's crazy, but we love her. Anyway, another birdie. Yeah, they love that result goes. And that's the result from Nusha. Sand face. She could play Sandman in the next Spider-Man movie. Sand dog. Should probably roll in it. Now we had a different kind of tiny bird. These are the typical Dutch birds you find in your gardens. It's pretty cool. Yep, peekaboo. And this one was different. This one was probably a baby still, because it didn't have the yellow. Normally these birds have the yellow. Look at them, he's got a seed. And they love the peanuts. One day we woke up and the peanuts were on the ground. Yeah, it wasn't done by one of these birds. It was done by a squirrel. Yeah. Look at it. Right here. I had to look for it myself. It's right in the tree. And Nusha's gonna go for it again. Like there. She did that all the time. It was her form of entertainment. She loved it. Then she have this face. But this face is funnier. Yeah, she's a cutie. These birds, they have a lot. They ate so much. They must be really big now. Yeah. Look at that. Anusha is still wanting your attention. Oh, back in the forest we are again. I think. Well, one of the classic birds there. And a mushroom that kind of looked like a bread. Don't eat it. We don't know if it's poisonous. And another mushroom. This was another puddle, but there was a bird there. Wait, I remember what this day was. It was this day. So I need to look up the actual English name of this animal. Because I don't know. A common buzzard. Buzzard? Is that a... Buzzard. Wait. Buzzard. A common buzzard. Yeah. Look at it. It's an adult as well. Look at the color, the patterns. It's beautiful. And then it sat down in a tree. Look at this. Just look at that. I wish I could zoom in. Can I zoom in? Oh, I can. Look at that. Look at that mouth view. You guys, look at that. Dude, this is the best discovery ever. I was looking at us. Now I'm just gonna zoom in on stuff. Now that I've discovered this. Yeah, clearly it was warm for him because his mouth is open, and he wasn't making noise as well. So it was warm. And this right here, that guy, little butt. Great feature this. So this is, oh god, I need to have Google open. A Eurasian wren. A Eurasian wren. These son of a biscuits will not stay still for a photo. You're welcome. Just like that one time when my mom got told that those hummingbird butterflies are impossible to capture. Click. Got it. Day one. Yep. And then we had another woodpecker. And another bird. I don't know why I was so zoomed in on Nusha. But it looks funny. Anyway, with her favorite toy, her mud bowl. And we had a bird bath thing hanging there. We filled it full of food. Until like the warmest day. Where the entire country was code red because of the heat. We filled that bowl up with water, and they could bathe, but they didn't. So yeah. And this guy was just munching on berries. Very nice. Very nice. Look at her. She's so beautiful. I think she loves being the center of attention. And there was a mouse. It drove my nan crazy because she could not get it on picture. And Nusha's favorite plushie. She's so happy. I believe this is like wild strawberry plant. I could be wrong. I think I am wrong. But look at them, they're so beautiful. Oh, and we're back in the forest. Look at this. This is a different kind of moss, like star-shaped. It's not good for decorating little bowls with. For that you need the other moss that we saw earlier. And then there were flies munching on an upside down mushroom. Yeah. And it had rained significantly, so stepping on branches was not making a lot of noise. So yeah, 2 trees. And this is a tree where a woodpecker have made a home in. Look at this. Look at that. This is from like this is like a scene from The Hobbit. No, this is Jurassic Park. There are ferns. We have a running joke that whenever we see ferns, we are just like, watch out, the T-Rex is nearby. Because in Jurassic Park there are a lot of ferns. And this is just a scene where the dwarves are on their way to the woodland realm to be put into jail. Yeah. Great. And someone made a tent out of trees. Yeah. That day was warm as well. Yeah. This is just all like almost dead trees, so this area would be prone for woodpeckers. Christmas came early again. An anthill. Some more Jurassic Park. Yeah. Just imagine that, but then a little tiny woodpecker head would pop out saying like, hello. Yeah. Lovely. Lovely. Yeah. This was when me and my mum and my dad went. And we actually saw boars. Yeah. A dad and a baby. Oh, 2 babies. Basically my dad saw like something wagging. Like a tail moving back and forth. Like that's not something you find in nature normally. Like something moving so fast. And then you pay attention to it. And then there was a movement that scared them. And they jumped off. And then later on we saw another one coming after them. That was funny. Yeah. Look at there. You can see spider webs, like, right here. See that? Oh wait, that's... Wait. Oh no, that was wrong. Right here. Spider web. Told you guys I'm not crazy. But yeah, fallen tree. Another uprooted one. Spider-Man's been back. And then just the dead branches between the green. That's beautiful. Here's my dad. We just made a running joke of constantly photographing each other while here. But yeah. Then we also went with my grandma afterwards. So yeah. These flowers are beautiful. Is there a bee on it? Looks like there's a bee on it. Is there the bee? I think it might be. Yes, it is. Yeah, more foxgloves. Even more. And some dandelions. More flowers. More flowers. Tree. Flowers. Yeah, and an insect as well. This one. Called an insect. There we go. Mission complete. Yeah. And one really beautiful picture of like a hill thing. There are tracks in these, like you can see right here. We were like, what the hell is that? And then we went on a horse carriage ride and we were like, oh, that's what it is. That horse carriage was pulled by 2 fjord horses. I love those. I love fjord horses. They're good. I like them. A blueberry. A single blueberry. This is beautiful. Once again, dead leaves between all the live ones. And then a toadstool growing on a tree. And more moss. Even more moss. This is the kind of moss that you want to use for like little nature stuff in a bowl. Like this one. This one of pictures I mean. Like you can imagine just a pathway going here. It's a straight pathway. Yeah. This one's beautiful too. Even more. Yep. I love this. And these ones, they are so shiny. Yeah. Look at that. I love nature. I love photographing it. It's so cool. These are just bright orange mushrooms. Like, what? Just an open field of green and blue. And our butterfly. Yeah, I had a lot of those pictures, but I deleted a few because who needs that many butterflies? Just picking out the best one. Yeah. And there was also like a tiny bird flying around, like a tiny buzzard. But turned out to be a different bird. Yeah, that guy. This turned out to be a different kind of bird. But still cool, right? Yeah. Doing all sorts of flip-flops in the air. And there was a dragonfly. Now, I do need to Google it real quick. Oh, yeah. An emperor dragonfly. I don't think that this is the guy, but these emperor butterflies, they barely, like they don't sit still. Like, I'm not sure if you guys can actually see it, but it looks pretty much like that. It's big. Let me just tell you. And they don't sit still. Like, you either have to photograph them in the air. I think I might have done that. But look at it. It's right here. It did not want to sit still. And another bird. This is I want to say Flemish. Eurasian jay. So Eurasian jay. Yeah. These buggers are annoying. And they're loud. Yeah. Really loud. Look at these bugs. These weird ass bugs. Got a fishing rod on their head. Yeah. Look at that. Look at that. And I don't know, I think that one might have been a pigeon. Nope, it's the jay again. And now we had an actual crow. Yeah. An actual massive crow. It might have been actually a raven. No? Nope. Common raven? It might have been a raven, even. It was really big. It was really big and making a lot of noise. And then we have Woody again. Yeah. There's a little ant. I see Ant-Man. Found him. Yeah. Woodpeckers are beautiful. And then we have another bread look-alike mushroom. Now we have Nusha. She's such a model. Yep. 3 birds in one picture. And then we had like a peanut, like a peanuts rope that we just threw up in the trees. They managed to throw it down. We finally figured out what this bird was. It was a baby, or a young robin. Didn't have the color yet. Yeah. He's so sad. And she's a model. She was like, food? Like, she went from enjoying the sun to, food? Is that food? Oh dear. So funny. Yeah. Birds. We had a lot of them. So many. We even put up a wildlife camera there, and it was like, oh my god, so much. I believe like we had like 500 something items on it. Only pictures, and roughly 50 or maybe 60 of them were with a woodpecker. Even a woodpecker came. But yeah, that was pretty cool. Shame we didn't get a squirrel on the wildlife camera. Yeah. So many bird pictures. Just so many. They're fighting. And baby. Yeah. 3 birds again. Most I had was 4, I believe. He's getting ready. Here we have 3. 3 again. 3 again. There we go. Here we have 4. And it's a clear picture too. So I'm glad about that. And then we have 3 of them on the line. And these 2 are fighting, while the one on top at the top is like, stop fighting! They're like, ah! I'm sorry. Yeah, I did that as well. I bought like almost a kilo worth of peanuts. Yeah. Almost a kilo. They were all gone. Because of that. Yeah. Look at them. They love peanuts, even though they are tiny. And peanuts are like really big for them. And then this guy came along, which is a Eurasian nuthatch, or wood nuthatch, or simply the nuthatch. Yep, they stick to trees. Yeah, that guy loved my peanut robe. Peanut garland, I'm gonna call it. And then we went to the zoo. Well, me and my boyfriend went to the zoo. And there was a koi pond at the entrance. Then we had this guy. And that guy was tired. He was beautiful. And then we have zebras. They're gorgeous. They're closer to, related to donkeys, I believe. But they're pretty cool. And then we have tigers. A little sad fact, a few days after we went, they had to put one down, unfortunately. So yeah, that's pretty sad. So we have 2 tigers. Oh no, wait, a 3rd tiger. And there's a 4th, quite close. And then there was a giraffe on the other end, playing with that stick. And then we had Pumbaa. And some ostriches. And white lions as well. This zoo called Ouwehannes Dierenpark, which is in Renen, in the Netherlands. They have white lions. And they're the only zoo in the Netherlands to have giant pandas, which I saw being lazy. Yeah, look at them ladies, just chilling. Then we had that guy. And a bird. And then there are also some pictures that I took with my phone. Because, well, they couldn't. I'm like thinking like, oh, should I send them? I'm gonna send those pictures to my email. I'm gonna go and look at them afterwards. Where are they? Right here. Can go share to my Gmail. Hopefully. Also being sent as link drives. So that's gonna be sending. Yeah, we have a bird. But yeah, I'll show the pictures of them afterwards. And the clouded leopard. At first I was like Naval Panther, but no, clouded leopard. And a tiny little flamingo. Look how cute he is. And some pelicans in the distance. Also cute. More flamingos. Egg, even. Yeah. And this guy was just staring at me. Little wallabies. I received it. I received the pictures. Great. And then we had some gorillas. Yep. And there's the drunk gorilla. Or the hungover gorilla. He was just chilling. They're just chilling. And that's the leader. You can tell by the colour of the back. And some really dangerous wildlife escaped their confinement. Yeah. And then there was a snow owl. They're gorgeous. Just any white animal like this, any white birds, they're cool. They're beautiful. Look at his eyes. He's so angry. This reminds me of a picture of an owl I took mid-bite. So like, it was so gorgeous, so beautiful and funny at the same time. Yeah. There's some other kinds of monkeys. Can't remember which one this was. And then some massive Galapagos turtles, I believe. This guy was really close. Look at this. As you saw last week, you were able to pet him. Some more birds. And a seal. I always forget the difference between a seal and a sea lion. Seal. Pennipeds. A seal and sea lion. This is a seal. In the Netherlands, we call them sea dogs. Yeah. These commonly live on the islands, or near the islands, on the north front of the Netherlands. Oh yeah, I remember this one perfectly. They came really close to the window. Let me show you how close. There are more coming. This close. This was fully zoomed out with the big lens. Right up to the window. It's crazy. They came so close. Like, normally I don't have that happen unless the tigers are pacing again. Then we have the elephants. Look at them being beautiful. This one is young. And then we have some more boars. Yeah. Getting some food. And then the penguins. Look at that. That got getting close too. And the polar bears, it was warm for them too. Well, this guy was just on his own, I think. And then my boyfriend's favorite kind of macaw. The hyacinth macaw. Recognizable by the yellow edges around the mouth and eyes. They're gorgeous, I like them. But the only bluebird I love more is the Sphinx macaw. And now I want you guys to guess what animal this is. Because you cannot see the face. Not at all. Maybe if you look at the fingers, you can tell what animal this is. No, not a bear. It's a koala. And it's a Malaysian bear. Now, this zoo has a forest where rescued bears live. These bears, they all have been abused, used for things that a bear should not be used for, and just some of them have no teeth at all because they were taken out because they were performers. Now, this zoo, along with with some organizations, have rescued the bears, and they get to live out their life in this massive bear woods. They get to live in peace with fellow bears who've gone through somewhat similar things, and they have a massive area. Like, it's so big. And there are also some wolves there. It is pretty cool. But yeah, as you can see, these bears are just chilling. This guy's eating. This guy's eating too. And that guy's just passed out. Just chilling. And then we have the wolves. They were way back. And they heard something. And then we had a guy catching a fish. And then Baloo came by. He came towards us. And then we have two other bears. These guys were just playing with food. Hello, big bear. Yeah. This forest is massive. Like, if you ever go to this zoo, you will see how big the forest is. Like, the bear forest. Like, I was like, sheesh! They can add, like, three times the amount of bears they have here. Like, for real, it's massive. Yeah. Look at them. And then we entered the Asia part, where we had a red panda. But this one had given birth to two babies. Just in the like about a week before we went, which is really cool. They did not show though. They was just chilling. You know I love red pandas because I take so many pictures of them. And then some more normal pandas. These were a gift from China. Yeah. China gives away giant pandas to their allies. I think. I believe it's their allies. So yeah, we have a good bond with China. And I want to keep it that way because a lot of our things come from China. But also, like, these animals, they're adorable, but they are clumsy as frick. You see videos of them just falling out of trees. It's like, how are they not broken yet? And they jump when you sneeze. Yeah. We had some food. And then we went back out. Went back through the bear forest. This guy was just chilling with his food. Yeah. That guy was eating. And then we had a wolf. He was looking at us. He's getting ready to hunt. I took a lot of pictures. Me and my boyfriend, we love wolves. Oh yeah, a robin came through the fence. And yeah, bear. This guy was also just chilling. Just look at him. Yeah. And that guy was just sharpening his beak or something. We heard a scraping noise and I was like, what is that? What is that? And then my boy was like, oh yeah, it's that guy. He's scraping his beak. Yeah. This is a lovely one. And this guy was there. Look at him. He sneezed. And 2 people walking by jumped. This time it wasn't me. Look at him. He's pretty cute. Just burying the claws of deadly cuddles. And the gorillas, they self-feed too. And Timon! Timon! His baby. Yeah, look at that. Look at the eyes. Best picture I've taken. That guy had moved a little. That guy was sleeping. And then I turned around. I saw this guy staring at me. I was like, what the heck? I like jumped from this because of this guy, which I did explain from last week's video. It's like I had my back turned and then all of a sudden he was behind me. And then I see like online on Instagram I see these videos of tigers sneaking up on, or tigers and lions sneaking up on little kids behind glass. And then I was like, I had this happen to me with a gorilla. Unforgettable moments happen. He is just holding his feet. Look at him, he's chilling. And these guys were playing. He was sleeping. And then we went back to the owl, to the pelican, to another pelican who was giving me the death stare, to the woolly pig. And then we had a squirrel. Yeah. Get ready for a lot of squirrel pictures. He is right here. It's like a find Waldo, but then branded to find the squirrel. Yeah. Long awaited. For me at least. Look at him. He's cute. It's like Spider-Man. You know what's funny? I went to like a garden shopping center and I saw somewhat the exact same picture as this. Oh my god. More flowers. And that's the animal that I was talking about. Yeah. Oh. That was it. Alright, I'll go to my email. Axolotl. Axolotl. 3 axolotl. Piranha. Frog doing frog things. What is here? Oh yeah, turtles. Turtles. More turtles. Like right here and right there. It's weird blobfish type thing. Yes, then we have more pictures. Don't know what this is. I think just some aquatic shit. Ah, we found Dory. And the deadly devilfish. Look at that guy. And we also found Nemo, by the way. Don't worry. We found Nemo. And these are electric eels. I did not know they could get so big. The only times I've ever seen them, they were like that. Not that. They're massive. Look at this guy. He doesn't want to say hello. Yeah, that's it. That's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, then please hit the like button and also consider subscribing if you don't miss any other video. But that's it from me for now, and I shall see you guys in another video. Goodbye!